So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, don't fall for the divide and conquer he said, she said bullshit. The really bad news is that I'm probably not going to run for president of the United States in 2016. I'm almost positive that if I were to run for president of the United States, I would either end up dead or somehow get framed for some digital shit that I never did. I would end up in a super hard reality no human would want to be in. Which makes me sad, because I really feel like it might be the last chance we have. Because we are definitely being subverted, perverted, dismantled, and destroyed from the inside. And it's much bigger than one man. It's a plan that's been in action for probably over 100 years. So as we enter the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, our debt clock rolls towards 18 trillion. We'll probably be there today or tomorrow. Look at that total US debt almost at 60 trillion. I think we spent a total of $10 trillion on Iraq, Afghanistan, and quantitative easing. What do we have to show for it? The world hates us. We look like a warmongering bully. You know, all you need is one crazy dude in your country to be like, I hate America, I burn flag. And you know what? We'll send drones over. Start droning people. There was a story saying that we went after 41 people with our drones this week. 1,400 got killed. So who in science do we give our peace trophy to be the first country ever to launch 500 drone strikes? And I think the drone missiles are anywhere between like $200,000, $400,000 each. So you can add that up yourself. Spending a lot of money to become the most hated country in the world. When we invaded Iraq on false pretenses or total bullshit, did we apologize and be like, holy shit, we made a big mistake? Hell no, we doubled down. And then we doubled down on that double down. And then we doubled down on the double down on the double down. And I understand. Most people are like, who can fight the beast? Most people feel powerless. A lot of Christians, I'm a Christian, Norse Jedi Christian. A lot of Christians are like, hey man, this is supposed to happen. I'm just waiting for the rapture to beam me up to heaven. And all you bad guys can burn in hell. Well, it seems to me like the rapture myth sure has made Christians passive. I understand turn the other cheek. But when your country is attacking who it wants, when it wants, at will, and your Supreme Court has declared corporations as people, standing there doing nothing, having no voice in the matter, it's not turning the other cheek. And I've never covered Ferguson before. What you got here is you've got a national media pitting local law enforcement and first responders against poor people, and poor people versus police and first responders. It's like a sick game of Running Man. But you know what? It's like somebody's taking Osama bin Laden's book, saying, all right, how do you defeat a country with its own resources? Well, this is one of the ways to do it. If you get everybody to hate the cops or everybody to hate the poor, that is a great way to bring a country to its knees without ever even having to have a drone attack it. If you make the people hate themselves, hate each other, you know, and if you study history, starting a racial war, Charles Manson tried to start it. It has been on the books for a long time. In a country as diverse as ours, if you get whites to hate blacks, to hate Hispanics, to hate Asians, if you get everybody to hate everybody, compartmentalized, if they see other people as the reason for their misery, that is not United States. That's why I posted some last night. I knew it wouldn't help none, but I beg people, do not riot. Don't even stand there and protest. Just go home, man. It's a trap. Can't even express how sick I felt to my stomach last night. And not about the rioting, not about the verdict. This just means we're one step closer. If you really believe that somehow America in like 300 years became like a superpower all on its own, it sounds like a fantasy to me, man. Pretty sure there were powerful families, groups, that have always been in control. I'm sure they got some fucking master plan, like, oh, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna depopulate. And they're convinced that because everything they've done in 100 years has worked, that whatever they're gonna do is going to work. And I'll say it again, man, just because you made $250,000,000 doesn't mean you know how to transition a planet from 7 billion people to 1 billion people, or even 100 million. You know how many people you're gonna lose? Even out of your 100 million. How many people are gonna be like, I hate this, I don't want this, can't handle it? So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, don't fall for the divide and conquer, he said, she said bullshit. There are 45 murders a day in America. 150 if you count road rage and bad driving deaths. 150 deaths a day where one human being kills another. But somehow, the media picked up this story and ran with it. The media built the fire pit. The media went and got the kindling. The media poured slow gasoline on it for weeks. And all the media needed was a spark. I tell you what, last night on Twitter, I've never seen so much advertising on Twitter. It was prepared for this. Sure, maybe it was an algo or whatever, but I'm just saying it was prepared for this, man. That's why at this point, I must think Skynet is alive, the AI, the singularity is here, and that's who the 313 is following it. They probably don't even know it. We need to avoid the gray goo, man. We need to avoid ending up like Mars, where the entire atmosphere is ripped off the planet. There might have been 1,000,000 planets that have stood at this crux moment. The question is, what are you going to do? What was it about this story? You know? And to think how much money the media made off of advertising. Well, helping to burn our cities down. You know what I'm saying? They created this story. They riled up the poor,